Today, we're covering how Castle Rock changed in 2025 and upcoming changes between now and 2031. Spoiler alert, it's not just more roundabouts, though there will be more roundabouts.
I bet there will. We are Jake and Megan Friedel. We are your full-time real estate agents, part-time tour guides to all things Southern Denver living. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 900 days, we help folks like you all the time make the move to Castle Rock. So all of our information is in the description below.
And yes, this is my sister, so if we get argumentative from time to time, it's just professional chemistry seasoned with a few decades of sibling rivalry.
So let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about changes, things that might impact your home's value, things that might change like where you shop, or hey, one of these things could save your life.
Dude, that sounds extreme, but I'm listening. Let's start with the big picture. Castle Rock's population is now 83,000 people, which is up from 73,000 people in 2020. That's more like a steady pour than a fire hose, but Douglas County is always one of the fastest growing counties in the country.
Yep, and as far as sale prices go, we saw a mild increase. Last year in 2025 for single-family homes in general, we saw a median close price of $720,000. So, not the cheapest city in Colorado, but you get what you pay for. Access to the mountains, trails, really beautiful views.
And a new Costco on the way.
That's peak suburbia.
Let's talk housing because Castle Rock is in full-blown we're building a city mode. This is the biggest thing happening is Dawson Trails.
Yeah, so this is that new residential development. It's on the south side of Castle Rock, and it's currently approved for 5,800 new homes.
That is massive. I mean, so let's assume there's like 3 to 3.2 people per household, so 6,000-ish times 3. It's like 18,000 people, which is like 25% of the current population of Castle Rock. This is massive.
Yeah, some people have concerns about just how big that's going to be. Let's dive in. So of these concerns, one of the major ones that we have to talk about is school issues. The site is so big and they have a couple school sites planned, but they're not funded yet, which number one, that might not be enough schools for such a huge area. And then number two, recent school bond failures make this kind of a hot topic for funding.
Right. Tell us what happened in Crystal Valley Ranch.
Over in Crystal Valley Ranch, they had the new build development and they had this site on their plan that was going to be the school. And recently, Douglas County came back and said that 20-acre parcel is not approved for school because of enrollment issues.
Right. So what happens to that space? It just goes back to the developer for more houses?
We don't know for sure what's going to happen with it, except that it's not going to be a school.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I see where they're coming from because Douglas County, which is Parker, Castle Rock, and Highlands Ranch and a couple other areas, is having a countywide enrollment issue where there's not enough kids to fill the schools. Last year in Highlands Ranch alone, they shut down 3 elementary schools.
One of those was in my neighborhood.
And one of them was in my neighborhood. So what they're doing is they're taking 2 schools and joining them together. And now we're actually at a normal level of enrollment for that one school.
Yeah, and it's kind of a bummer to think you're walking distance. We were a few blocks away from our school, and now, there's going to be another school available for them, but we're going to have to drive a few miles. It's just a little bit of a bummer.
Right, and part of me thinks that they might be being pretty short-sighted here, right? Because right now in a lot of these neighborhoods in all of Douglas County, we have a large number of the baby boomer generation living in these 4,000 square foot homes with 2 people because they're holding on to their 2.75% interest rate.
Absolutely.
What if when they finally start selling off, right? There's a name for this in the real estate world where we anticipate the silver tsunami, where the baby boomers are going to start finally selling their homes. And then millennials and Gen Xers with their kids start moving in. What's going to happen in enrollment then?
We're going to need some more schools.
Yeah. I mean, in Highlands Ranch, we can always reopen the schools. But if Castle Rock isn't building the schools,
they're a long lag behind.
That could be a real problem.
We'll just have to see. So I've got to say, I was on the Dawson Trails website, just kind of looking at everything they have planned, and I was laughing a little bit because they have this map and they're just talking about how it is the location to be. And it's like, you're this many miles to this and this many miles to this. And it's all like 48, 46 miles, 50 miles. So maybe not like the most convenient location I've ever seen, but it is going to be really close to downtown Castle Rock. So, you've got that at least on your side.
It could be worse, but let's focus on some of the positives of this development.
There's a lot of positives. So Dawson Trails is going to have everything. They're going to have townhomes, single family homes, and a lot of new retail. This is where that new Costco is going to go. We'll dive more into that later.
Right. And they already built 2 $1.8 million million-gallon water tanks in 2025 to support it, which is a big deal because I don't know if y'all know this, depending on what part of the country you're from, but water is a big deal in Colorado. That's a lot of hydration, even for Coloradans like Megan with her emotional support water bottle.
Gotta have it.
But if you're not from Colorado, it is important to understand that water is a big deal here, okay? So there's a lot of times in the summers where they cut off our ability to water our lawns because we're short. So this is a really big deal, and that's a great infrastructure for this community. They also built in a lot of open space and trail corridors. A lot of development is intentionally separated from I-25, the highway, and neighboring communities, which helps preserve views, reduce noise, and avoid that whole like wall-to-wall rooftops thing where it's just nothing but roofs forever. Then there's Bella Mesa North, which was approved in 2025. It's a 525 home development in the Northeast. You got higher end homes, expect price tags between $800,000 and $1 million.
Yeah, and this really has that same kind of feel as Dawson Trails, where they're reserving a lot of the space to be open space. Think lots of trails and lots of places to go out with your dog. It's really like you're buying that slice of Colorado feel along with your home.
Oh, I love that. And if you want something walkable to rent, downtown Castle Rock just added 220 apartments at The View in 2025. It's a redevelopment of an outdated storage facility, so there's a legit option for urban-ish, and I mean urban-ish, Castle Rock living. Plus, lots of good retail, parking, good stuff downtown.
Yeah, so on this complex, I did some digging. I looked at some Reddit reviews. You know, they leave something to be desired, but that's one more vote for buying instead of renting whenever you can.
Well, and at least it's just like an option for you to move to Castle Rock, make sure it's the right place, and explore which spot in Castle Rock is the right spot for you. So basically, more choices coming, new builds, more apartments, luxury options, and starter homes. So how's everybody getting around with all these new people and places and all this new development coming in? Well, Castle Rock's been prepping for this for some time with some major infrastructure work.
Yeah, you know, some of it is just going to be unavoidable. Castle Rock traffic has been growing. It's going to probably keep growing, but there's a little bit of help on its way. There's the new I-25 interchange at Crystal Valley Parkway. In 2025, they opened the bridge and they connected the roads. And hopefully by 2027, we're going to have full highway on and off ramps connecting those areas.
It's awesome. This means way less traffic stress at Plum Creek Parkway and Founders Parkway. Plus, if you live on the south side, you won't have to make a major detour just to get to the highway.
Last year, they started widening the road at Crowfoot Valley Road. And then this year, it's going to be 4 lanes with bike paths and sidewalks. More room, think less pothole swerving maneuvers. And then future plans include a mobility hub that's basically a fancy park and ride where you can catch the bus staying or maybe even a train someday.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned living in Colorado for 37 years, it's that things don't always go as planned when it comes to the Department of Transportation. So let's keep hoping. But in a positive light, Castle Rock could potentially have regional transit that connects to Denver and Colorado Springs. Let's keep hoping. Okay, quick interruption here, Megan. We have to take a moment to plug ourselves.
Yeah, we gotta. Listen, if the information you're hearing today feels really useful, it's because we have decades of experience doing exactly this, guiding people on the pros and cons of areas and really making sure they're making moves that make the most sense for their life.
And as natives of the area who've lived here our whole lives, we know everything about the neighborhoods. We've toured all of the neighborhoods. We're always touring the newest neighborhoods. And most importantly, our goal is to take care of our people as household advisors for life. So we don't measure our success by the closing table. We measure it by our client satisfaction years later.
So if any more information needs to come your way, you have questions, or you just want to get started in the game planning of maybe moving here or buying a home here, all of our information is in the description below. But back to the juicy stuff, Castle Rock is doubling down on all the good stuff. Think parks, trails, recs, retail, and open space.
And we're getting Lost Canyon Ranch open space. It's a massive preserved area that'll be open for hiking and biking with amazing views.
And we're getting
Costco!
Long-awaited development. That's going to be at that Dawson Trails development right over by the I-25 interchange. They're going to be timed to line up perfectly.
And this is going to be an awesome Costco. Listen, if you're in Highlands Ranch, the Costco is a little disappointing. It's kind of small. The parking is awful. But this is going to be a 160,000 square foot warehouse with a fuel center and 880 parking spaces, which we still have to ask, is that enough parking?
So yes, Costco is the thing we've been long waiting for, but it's not just a Costco that's coming over to the Dawson Trails. There's going to be the district, which has 3 million square feet. That's going to be used for all new restaurants, retail, and even a little bit of commercial space mixed in there.
And let's talk about some food, because everyone who moves to the Denver area feels like they have to roast us and make sure we know how much our food sucks, as if we didn't know already.
I don't think I knew. I feel like my clients moved here from out of state, told me how bad Denver food was, and I was a little surprised.
Oh, that sounds about right. But in any case, Castle Rock is getting another food hub. We already have some really cool stuff downtown, and we're getting another spot that's got some really cool space for restaurants.
Yeah, we're getting like the homegrown tap. Homegrown tap and dough. And then, we've always said that Castle Rock as a whole has the coolest downtown of any of the little southern suburbs. So, I'm not rivaling with Denver, but it's the coolest thing we have around here, and it's just going to get better. And it's really going to keep that hometown feel. You're still going to have the star lighting, but now just a little bit more perking. So hometown feel and a little bit more growth.
And we've got the new Castle Rock Sports Center, total game changer. Huge gym space, indoor pool, pickleball, and fitness classes. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's leading up to be maybe one of the top rec centers around. If you've got kids or you just want to join a volleyball league or, try and relive your glory days, then this place is for you. It's a massive indoor facility that's going in as part of the Brickyard redevelopment. It's designed to finally meet the demand that Castle Rock's outgrown, especially for neighborhoods like, say, Founders Village that don't have that dedicated HOA rec center. This is going to be really helpful for those folks.
We're talking multiple gym courts, a full competition pool, indoor track, fitness space, and room for tournaments and community events. This isn't replacing what Castle Rock already has. It's filling a gap that's existed for years as the town's growing.
And what's important here is how it's being funded. And most of the cost is going to be tied to growth and the redevelopment in that area, not a new tax on existing residents. And that's a long-term investment that matches where Castle Rock is headed.
All right, we're talking money, rules, taxes, HOAs, metro districts, all sorts of fun stuff. So try and stay awake, because at the very end, Megan is going to tell us about this life-saving infrastructure change.
Oh yeah, but first, taxes. Just last year, Castle Rock changed a little bit about how they assess taxes. And so this last year, we saw a small but still worth talking about change. This year, you will see your assessments for your property taxes be about 8% lower than they were supposed to be, because they did reduce the rate formula that they used to come up with those numbers.
That's pretty cool that Colorado does that. You don't see taxes going down a lot in different parts of the country.
Sure.
But new development is contributing more to these new roads, the utilities, and all these facilities that it will directly use. So certain costs are funded through fees, impacted charges, targeted revenue. They're baked into the new home prices, and they're charged in metropolitan districts specific to the homes that are using all of this new development.
Yeah, so what they're going for is more of a Venmo me for your 3 margaritas and T-bone steak when I got a side salad, rather than split the bill evenly. That's kind of the end goal.
Right, so the Meadows is not paying for all this new development.
Yeah. We're also starting to see a lot of reform happening around HOAs. So you're less able to fine people for things like attorney fees if you miss a payment. And even though, nothing says community like a little nastygram about weeds in your front yard, you're going to start to see less fines be imposed for things like that.
And metro districts are getting more transparent too. So when we are helping our clients buy a new build, we always ask, what's the mill levy? And a hint, it's not where you drove your Chevy when the levee was dry.
And water bills, well, expect some small rate increases, about 4.5% per year. But Castle Rock's investing in some big long-term water sources. Jake mentioned a little bit on why this matters so much.
And short-term rentals like Airbnb, VRBO, still allowed. You just need a business license to pay for the town's lodging tax. Just make sure your HOA is cool with it, and make sure you're being really kind to your neighbors, or you'll get some nasty grams.
And so we didn't see any big changes last year, no surprise fees or big tax hikes, which, is nice, because as real estate agents, I'd say we spend about 30% of our time explaining taxes and how they impact people, and 70% of the time complaining about them. Thanks so much for joining.
Wait a minute. What about this life-saving changes coming to Castle Rock?
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about how the intersection with I-25 and that Crystal Valley development is going to really be life-saving. So we saw a lot of traffic congestion right there, and it was really backing up. There were not a lot of ways to go around it, especially for emergency vehicles. And so there has been concern about their efficiency of getting places where they need to go. With this starting to reduce the flow, it could really be life-changing, life-saving.
Well, it's a bit of a stretch, but I'll allow it.
Okay. And yeah, so we are typically not giving you life-saving advice. We're usually giving you life-changing advice. That's exactly what we're here for. So our information is always in the description below, and we're always excited to talk to you.
We're here to help you find the perfect home that's going to match your lifestyle for years to come. So next time you're in town for a visit, let us know, and we're super excited to tour your favorite neighborhood with you.
Subscribe and be the first to get it all.
See you next time.